This video, we're going to use sum difference identities again, but we're going to have to evaluate the sum or difference identity over here on the right-hand side under the conditions that are given to the left. So we have sine alpha is 8/17 and alpha is in quadrant 1. So I'm going to draw a triangle, a reference triangle from quadrant 1. It has a sine of 8/17. I know that's a special Pythagorean triplet that's 8, 15, 17. So I'm going to fill in the 15 there. Use the Pythagorean theorem to prove to yourself that that's 15 if you need to. Then beta is also in quadrant 1. And it says that cosine of beta is 12/13. So 12, 13, and this is a 5, 12, 13. So again, use the Pythagorean theorem to prove to yourself that that's 5 if you need to. Cosine of alpha plus beta is cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta. Cosine of alpha is 15/17. Cosine of beta is 12/13. Sine alpha is 8/17. Sine beta is 5/13. 17 times 13. That's 51. And 17 is 221. And 15 times 12 is going to be 180. Minus 40. That's going to be 140/221. And that's my exact value because there's neither a 17 nor a 13 in 140. Now sine of alpha is going to be 15/17, and I'm in quadrant 2. So I'm going to draw my triangle this way. And it says that I have a sine value of 15/17. Alpha is technically here. Really, this is alpha, but we can pretend that alpha is there. And so this is going to be a -8 for us. And then we have beta is in quadrant 1 and is 5/13 for the cosine. So that makes that a 12. We want to find sine of alpha minus beta. It's going to be sine alpha cosine beta minus cosine alpha sine beta. It's going to be 15/17 times 5/13 minus a -8/15 times 12/13. Over 17. There we go. I think we just found 13 times 17 and it was 221. And then 5 times 15 is going to be 75 plus 96 and give us 11, 16, 171/221 should be our exact value, and nothing's going to go into that. That's a 9 and a 19, and this is a 17 and a 13. On to number 23. Tangent is in quadrant 3 this time, so we're down here. and we have 12, 5. So that makes the hypotenuse 13. There's alpha. And beta is in quadrant 2 and has a negative 21 over 29. That is not a special right triangle that I know, so I need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find out what this missing side is. So 21 squared plus my y side squared is equal to 29 squared. So this is 441. This is 960 plus 1 is 441. So y squared equals 841 is y squared equals 400. So y is equal to 20. Okay. Let's just check that out, make sure that I got that right. So this is going to be 4 squared plus 20 squared. And that's going to be 29. Oh, this is, sorry, 21 squared plus 20 squared. And 29 squared. Yep. Okay. Not one that I'm familiar with, but apparently there's a 20, 21, 29 as well. So that's good to know. This is my beta here. We are on number 23. So I want sine of alpha plus beta is sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta. Sine alpha is a negative 12 over 13. Cosine beta is a negative 21 over 29. Plus cosine alpha is a negative 5 over 13. Sine beta is a 20 over 29. 13 times 29 down here. 21 and 12 is 42. 21 is 252. And that's positive. Minus 100. It's going to be 152. Is 152 over 377. Now we're in quadrant 4 for alpha. We have a sine value of -24 over 25. So this is a 7. on this side, and we are in quadrant 2 for beta. And we have a cosine value of negative 21 over, sorry, we have a tangent value of negative 21 over 20. And this is the one that we just figured out that that was 29. But let's prove that. 20 squared plus 21 squared and square root that. So now we need to find cosine of alpha plus beta is cosine alpha, cosine beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. And this is going to be cosine of alpha is 7 over 25. Cosine of beta is negative 20 over 29. Sine alpha is negative 24 over 25. Sine beta is 21 over 29. So this is negative 140 plus 24 times 21. It's 504. 25 times 29. It's 725. 504 minus 140 is 364. I'm pretty sure that that doesn't simplify. Right. So there's my answer. We have lots more problems to go here, so hang on. This is an important skill, so we get lots of practice at it. Alpha is going to be in quadrant 1. And we have 24 over 25, so that's a 7. And beta is also, oh, nope, alpha was in quadrant 2. Excuse me. 24, 25, negative 7. So there's alpha. And then beta is in quadrant 1. And has cosine value of 2 or 5. So 25 minus 4 is 21. So this is root 21. And I want to find cosine of alpha minus beta. It's cosine alpha cosine beta plus sine alpha sine beta. It's going to be cosine of alpha cosine of beta plus sine alpha sine beta. This can be 125 for my denominator. It's going to be a negative 14 plus 24 root 21. I'm done. For 26, we have alpha is in quadrant 4. It has a sine value of negative 7 over 25. Makes this side 24. beta is in quadrant 3. And has a cosine value of negative root 21 over 5. So 21 plus y squared equals 25. Y squared equals 4. Y is going to be a negative 2 since I'm in quadrant 3. I want to find sine of alpha minus beta is sine alpha cosine beta minus cosine alpha sine beta. So that's going to be sine of alpha is negative 7 over 25. Cosine of beta is negative root 21 over 5 minus cosine of alpha is 24 over 25. Sine beta is negative 2 over 5. This is a 7 root 21 plus 48 over 125. And that doesn't simplify any more than that. Now alpha is going to be in quadrant 3 and has a sine value of negative 3 over 5. Tangent beta, beta is going to be in quadrant 2. Has a negative tangent value, and that's the same as 2 over root 21, like that. And so this is 21 plus 4 is 25, so this side is 5. And I want cosine of alpha plus beta is cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta. So cosine of alpha, cosine of beta minus sine alpha and sine beta. It's going to be 4 root 21 plus 6 over 25. Let's keep it going here. Cosine of alpha, where alpha is in quadrant 2, with a cosine value of negative 24 over 25, so this is a 7. Sine is in quadrant 3. Sine of beta, excuse me, it's in quadrant 3, and that has a negative root 21 over 5. This is going to be a negative 2. And then we want to find cosine alpha plus beta. Again, that's cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta. So cosine of alpha is negative 24 over 25. Cosine of beta is negative 2 over 5 minus sine alpha is 7 over 25. Sine beta is negative root 21 over 5. Denominator of 125. This is a positive 48. And this is a positive 7 root 21. Let's look now at 29. Alpha is in quadrant 1. It has a cosine value of 1 over 3. 9 minus 1 is 8. Square root of 8 is 2 root 2. Beta is in quadrant 4, and it's a negative angle. Beta's down this way here, and it has a sine value of negative 1/2, which makes that a positive root 3. I want to find tangent of alpha plus beta is going to be tan alpha plus tan beta over 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. It's going to be tan of alpha is 2 root 2 over 1 plus tan beta is going to be a negative 1 over root 3 over 1 minus 2 root 2 over 1 times negative 1 over root 3. So we're going to need to simplify and rationalize and all that good stuff. So this is going to be 2 root 2 minus root 3 over 3 over 2 root 2 over root 3. Let's make this root 3 over root 3. So this is going to be equal to root 3 times 2 root 3 minus root 3 over root 3 plus 2 root 2 is going to make that 2 times 3 is 6 minus 3 over root 3 plus 2 root 2. And that's going to be a 3 over root 3 plus 2 root 2. And I need to rationalize that. So that's going to be root 3 minus 2 root 2 over root 3 minus 2 root 2. It's going to be 3 root 3 minus 6 root 2 over 3 minus 8 is going to be a negative 3 root 3 plus 6 root 2 over 5. Our next one, we have alpha is in quadrant 2. Has a cosine value of 5 over 13, so that makes that side 12. Beta is in quadrant 2 as well, and has a sine value of 15 over 17. That makes this side negative 8. And I want to find tan alpha plus beta is tan alpha plus tan beta over 1 minus tan alpha times tan beta. So tan of alpha is negative 12 over 5 plus tan of beta is negative 15 over 8. 1 minus negative 12 over 5, negative 15 over 8 is going to be 8 over 8. 5 over 5 is going to be negative 96 minus 75 over 40 divided by So it's 40 over 40. Is going to be 40 minus 180. Be a negative 140. It's going to give me, these will cancel. 11, 17, 171 over 140. And nothing simplifies there. Now alpha is in quadrant 2 again. Cosine is negative 5. Alpha is in quadrant, or beta is also in quadrant 2. And this is the sine value 15, 17. That's a negative 8. And I want tan alpha minus beta. It's tan alpha minus tan beta over 1 plus tan alpha tan beta. It's going to give me tan alpha is 5 over 13 minus tan beta is 5 over 12 negative minus 15 over negative 8 over 1 plus negative 5 over 12 negative 15 over 8 is, let's see here, 24. So this is 2 over 2 and 3 over 3. And give me negative 10 plus 45 over 24. And this is going to give me 96 plus 75 for 96. So this is 35 over 24 times 96 over, this is 11, 16, 17, 1, 4 is 20, 140 over 171. So and that's it for this video. We'll come back next time and we'll do some inverse trig values for the angles, and we may have to draw triangles like this again and do a substitution with the alpha and the beta to be able to set up our sum difference identity. So we'll do that next time in part 3 of our sum difference identities videos.